I was laying in bed last night, trying to sleep, and I had all these myriad of thoughts that were going through my head. Yesterday, I shared at church, and in a moment, I referenced how blue jays steal other birds' nests. And so, as I'm laying in bed last night around midnight, I get this thought of what I've noticed in birds. We live in an area that's real wooded, so we see birds all the time, all kinds of fowl. And it got me thinking about the habits that I've noticed. And so I just thought I'd share those with you today and see if we could draw some parallel to how we're supposed to act and how we're supposed to be, and maybe what kind of fowl we're supposed to be characteristic of. I don't know if you know this or not, but the red cardinals are the male cardinals, and they are absolutely aggressive, and they will attack all other cardinals and keep them out of their area. 2 summers ago, we had a cardinal, and he showed up and stayed for about 6 weeks on my son's pickup truck, and he kept seeing his reflection in the side view mirror, and so he would fly over and attack, and he wore himself out. After about 4 or 6 weeks, he kind of flew away, but he kept attacking himself. And last year we had one showed up on the trash can on the side of our garage, and he saw his reflection in the window there, and he did the same thing. We had about 3 or 4 weeks of tap, 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 tap. He kept attacking himself. Already referenced blue jays a little bit, and blue jays, they don't build their own nests. They steal other birds' nests. We have a robin that she has come back season after season over the last 3 or 4 years, but by the time she got here this year, the blue jay had already stole her nest, and even though she tried to set up shop there, she couldn't do it because the blue jay just kept kicking her out and kicking out the new nesting material that she had, and not interested in building his own, just going to steal what somebody else had already built. Hummingbirds are beautiful, right? They're gorgeous to watch. They often have great colors, and I love to watch the way they suspend. What's interesting, though, about a hummingbird is a hummingbird just goes from flowering plant to flowering plant and picks up all the best nectar and cross-pollinates as they go. Bluebirds are absolutely gorgeous, but they have these exacting standards. In order to bring bluebirds into your yard or into your territory, you have to set up the bluebird house 4.5 to 5.5 foot off the ground. It has to be in a certain kind of an environment. The house can only be so big. The hole to get into the house can be so big. I mean, they have these exacting standards. Kind of high maintenance, really, if you think about it. And then there are all the waterfowl. Out in our back, we see herring come in, and ducks, and geese. Geese galore, actually. What a mess. And occasionally a swan. Now, obviously, waterfowl are just fair weather birds. As soon as the weather gets too nasty, they fly out of there. And then there's the dove. And I love watching doves because they're always sitting together in pairs. That's because they mate for a life. They mate for a lifetime. They connect with one other dove and they make a commitment. And so if you see a dove all by themselves, standing there on a wire or on your house or in your yard, it's because they've lost their partner. And so I just want to share a couple of things, if I could. Don't be a cardinal who's fighting against yourself and fighting against others all the time. Don't be a blue jay who steals everybody else's nesting material. Don't be a hummingbird who only takes the best nectar and cross-pollinates everybody's business from spot to spot. Don't be a bluebird who's high maintenance and only wants things a certain way. Don't be a fair-weathered person who's only hanging around when the weather's just right, and if it gets too windy or too cold or too whatever, you fly to warmer climate. Learn how to be a dove who maintains relationship for a lifetime. Thanks.